up? Marty Schwartz here. I'm actually taking a request. Someone wanted me to break down the Metallica song, The Day That Never Comes. We're going to just be using the high E, B, and G string for those beginning chords. Okay, so the first thing that we need would actually, it's an A minor triad is what you would call it. Okay, so I need my first finger on the 12th fret, middle finger on the 13th fret on the B string, ring finger on the 14th fret of the G string. And it's going to start with that G string, and I'm just going to travel up the chord. And it starts over. So here it is. Okay, and that's an A minor triad, meaning those three notes make up an A minor chord. Alright, the next, I'm going to take my first finger and I'm going to cover on the 12th fret the G, B, and E string, and I'd use the same picking pattern. Here are the first two. The next one's the weirdest one. I'm going to kind of keep this little cluster here. I'm going to put my ring finger up a whole step and my pinky and a half step higher than that on the B string. So I've got my ring finger on the 14th fret and my pinky on the 15th fret, and then my first finger is still on the 12th fret of the G string. Okay? And if you really wanted to know what that was called, you could call it a couple of different things, but I will call it a D sus4. Back to the A minor triad again. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so that's a breakdown on that. Let's talk about that other riff. Okay, those are called octaves. So what that means is it kind of looks like I'm playing a power chord, but a power chord, the fingers are right next to each other. So if I played like a D power chord, my first finger on the 5th fret of the A string, and then my ring finger would be on the next string back, a whole step up. But that's not what I was playing. I was playing an octave. Octave means the same note, but the next range up. Okay? So in other words, if I have a D right here, the D octave is right here on the 7th fret on the G string, and my first finger is on the 5th fret of the A string. Okay? So what that means is I went D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. So I climbed up until I got to the same letter again, because notes are constantly repeating up and down. So what I do is I have my first finger on this D note and my ring finger on the higher D note. Okay? And so there's a string in between them. And what I'm doing is I'm letting my first finger just touch it enough to where it's muted. So what I'm doing is I'm actually playing it kind of like a power chord. But all you're hearing is my first finger and my ring finger, like this. Okay? And so what we can do is when we learn this melody first, if you've never done octaves before, it can be a challenge to kind of work the whole thing out. So what we'll do is we'll just learn it with our first finger so we can get it memorized, and then we'll add this other octave note because it's going to be the same distance wherever you go. So we'll just lock it in first with one finger. Here it is. 5th fret. You pluck it, then you slide it with no pluck, like this. Look again. So to keep that note going, you have to keep steady pressure. Okay? Then, we're going to skip up to the E string on the 5th fret. And we hit it twice. after I hit it twice, I hit it a third time right into a slide up a whole step to the 7th fret. So here's what we have. Sorry, I didn't follow my own advice there. Then first finger on the 3rd fret one time. Here it is again. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing, but instead of sliding down to the 3rd, from the 7th I go back to the 5th. It looks like this. Sorry, let me do that again. Here they are together. One more time. Okay, so here's what it sounds like when I add the octave. Just remember that I'm muting the string in between with my first finger. I'm just letting my first finger touch that middle string just enough so it doesn't ring out. It goes like this. So once again, this is Marty Schwartz, taking your requests on guitarjams.com, Guitar Jams with a Z. Remember that. Now, if you would like to request a song, that means how to learn a song, or would you like to request a lick, a riff, a question about a chord? I want to be your friend, all right? So what I'd like you to do is just sign up on the right here, and I'd love to try and help you out. So anyway, we'll see you next time, and hopefully you got something from this. And that's it. Later.